Welcome back to AfricaCom 2018, where we are shaping Africa's digital future. With me now is Lanre Kolade, former MD of Vodacom Nigeria, and announced just today as Group CEO of CSquared. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you very much.
Are you feeling excited about the new venture?
No, very excited because Africa is the next frontier, and the vision of CSquared is one that I am really very passionate about. It's about fiberizing Africa. Okay, and getting broadband to everybody, and that's the vision. If you can get internet to everybody and broadband to everybody, then the fourth industrial revolution is coming home in Africa.
Which was your keynote address a little bit earlier. What technologies do you think will be key to allow Africa to realize the fourth industrial revolution?
Look, anything that can enhance the ingenuity of Africans, any technology that can get our restless youths to actually be gameful in their thinking, okay? Anything that can change the dynamics of Africa so that we can go from being illiterate to digital literacy is what we need, okay? So artificial intelligence, a lot of more broadband, okay? Doing a lot of Internet of Things, okay? To get efficiency into our infrastructures. Getting Internet of Things to go into healthcare, going into e-agriculture, things like that are what we need in Africa. We need to be able to bootstrap Africa's youth. We have 400 million people, youth in Africa by 2045, okay? What will they do? You need to be able to empower them. We cannot build enough schools, okay? Yeah. So you need broadband, okay? For you to get broadband, that's why I said my joining CSquared is actually to be able to do that. So if you can get those technologies out, look, Africans are smart. We always know that.
This is the 21st year of AfricaCom. It is the largest by far. It's an indication that Africa is ready for this, right?
Yes. Look, when I got into this place today, I was amazed, okay? I've been coming here every year. So for me to see what has happened today, it's really very fascinating. And you can see that a lot of Africans are here, okay? The solution of Africa is going to be in Africa, okay? And AfricaCom for me is a very good platform for those things to happen. When I was invited to give the talk on Fourth Industrial Revolution, I was excited because it meant AfricaCom recognized, okay, that there's an African that has been speaking about this thing over the time and picked it up and offered me the slot to talk. So it was an opportunity to showcase Africa, because you see, part of the problem that we have in Africa is that we don't have Africa role models, okay? We need to show Africa success stories in Africa, and this is a very good platform for that to happen.
Well, you've been in this business for 20 years. I'm going to ask you
life, actually.
to put your gaze into your crystal ball and tell us, what can we look forward to in the next 10 years?
Wow. Look, you are going to see an Africa that is going to rise. All we need are the policymakers to understand that we have restless youths, okay, that need to be empowered. Let electricity work in Africa, okay? If electricity works, people will read on the internet. By the time they can get that, leave the rest to them. Innovation will fly, and we will do more. So the Africa youth is ready to be tapped, and that's what we need. We need to be empowered. We need opportunities to exist, not only for a few, but for everybody, because it's all about opportunities, okay? And if those, look, we have an understanding, okay? In 1990, China had over 700 million people in abject poverty. Now, okay, they have less than 200 million people. What is Africa doing? It means it is possible, okay? So there are technologies that exist for us to use, and we must just get the policymakers to let us do the thing.
Let's, I suppose, chat briefly about the policymakers. What obstacles do they need to clear? What hurdles do they need to remove in order for us to realize
the first one is regulation. Look, we have very archaic intellectual property rights in Africa. Okay, our laws, some of the laws are in 1960 laws. We need to change those things. We need to move forward. So if you create the enabling environment for success to happen, things will happen. Let me give you an example from Nigeria. If there was no deregulation of the telecoms industry, we will not have telephones. Okay? Now everybody has a phone because government decided to let go of that sector. So deregulate it. Government's role in policy is to regulate, okay, and be the umpire of it. But let the private sector move, and you will see Africa wonders.
And are we seeing that? Are we seeing an appetite from governments in Africa to
an example
be progressive?
An example is Kenya.
Yeah.
M-Pesa, an African wonder. It is an African wonder, okay? Everybody that can have a phone in Kenya can have a bank account. That's all it did. It democratized banking, okay? What you're doing in M-Pesa in Kenya, okay, paying a taxi driver with your phone, doesn't happen in America. Do you understand that? That is the success story, and that is one that can be replicated everywhere else, okay? An example, my own country, Nigeria. It hasn't happened yet because there's regulation to stop it. So, but the good thing about it is that the vice president of Nigeria is actually encouraging that to happen so that they can change some of the laws to make sure that replication of the success story of M-Pesa in Kenya can happen in Nigeria. And we're talking about 200 million people. Imagine 200 million people being able to be banked. What does that do? It changes the dynamics of the environment.
Certainly does. Well, I'm hoping you're going to find a lot of inspiration at AfricaCom 2018. Thank you very much, Lanre, for joining us.
Thank you too. Thank you.
Thank you.